宗创办人无上法王圣尊莲生活佛、师母莲香上师、仁波切及上师团与会大众虔诚合掌，唱诵莲花童子心咒。
This is the Homa fire offering ceremony held at Rainbow Temple in North Bend, Washington, presided over by the lineage root guru, the founder of True Buddha School, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng. Now we are welcoming His Holiness and his retinue to enter into the Homa hall, and the assembly will be reciting the root guru mantra, the Padma Kumara mantra.
顶礼坛城，做观想大礼拜。 一拜根本传承上师及十方三世一切诸佛。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心三印。二拜诸菩萨。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心三印。三拜诸护法金刚。嗡啊吽，观想顶礼，回天心三印。四平等一起手。请主持人敬献哈达，以表最崇高敬意。
Hey!
最热烈的掌声，感谢师尊的赐福。恭请法王圣尊莲生活佛升法王座。
Inviting His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng to ascend to the Dharma throne. Inviting Simo Vajra Master Lian-Sheng to please take the seat. Inviting Rinpoche and all the Dharma Masters to please take the seat. Inviting all the venerables, our distinguished guests and all participants to please be seated. Inviting His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng to bless the prayers of the primary supplicants. Now let's give the greatest round of applause to show our utmost gratitude to our lineage Guru for presiding over this Machig Labdron Homa fire offering ceremony. We would also like to extend warmest welcome to Simu, Vajra Master Lian-Sheng, and all participating masters, venerables, distinguished guests, and all participants from all over the world. The offering of Hatha. Let's join our palms with reverence, and we would like to invite Vajra Master De Hui to represent all of us to present the offering of Hatha to the lineage root Guru as a symbol of the highest honor and as the invitation for Buddha Dharma transmission. Clap twice and snap your fingers to awaken the deities. Visualize true Buddha lineage. Namo Vairukana Buddha, Namo Buddha Lokana, Namo Amitabha Buddha, Namo Living Padma Kumara, Namo Living Buddha Lian-Sheng. Visualize Grandmaster and all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas sitting on top of our heads, radiating lights to bless us. Recite the Root Guru mantra 7 times.
Om Guru Lian-Sheng Siddhi Hom. 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 Om Guru Lian-Sheng Siddhi Hom.
Recite purification mantras and the earth deity mantra.
Om Siodori Siodori Sumori Sumori Soha. Om Vajanatang He He Hom. Namo Samando Motoran Om Turu Turu Dewe Soha.
Recite invocation mantra.
Hom Soha. Om Hom Soha. Om Hom Soha.
We sincerely invoke our lineage root Guru, His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng. Namo White Maha Padma Kumara. Namo Lotus Light Self-Mastery Buddha. Namo True Buddha School Lineage Gurus. We sincerely invoke the main deity of Homa. Namo Machig Labdron. We sincerely invoke the main deity of Homa. Namo Machig Labdron. We sincerely invoke the main deity of Homa. Namo Machig Labdron. Namo Golden Mother of the Primordial Jet Pond. Namo 5 Dhyani Buddhas. Namo True Buddha School 8 Primary Deities. Namo Yamantaka. Namo Akalanata. Namo 4 Heavenly Kings. Namo Sama Bodhisattva. Rainbow Temples, all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapalas, Cantonese, and divinities. All the deities enshrined at the True Buddha Tantric Quarter, at the Seattle Lian-Sheng Temple, and at the abode at a certain mountain. Rainbow temples, mountain god, earth god, plant god, wind god, water god, heavenly fire god, dragon gods, and all divinities as well as the city gods, to please radiate light and bless this Homa. Great homage using visualization. First to Root Guru and all Buddhas. Visualize for prostration on the ground, release the mudra. Second to all bodhisattvas. Visualize for prostration on the ground, release the mudra. Third to all herukas and dhamma protectors. Visualize for prostration on the ground, release the mudra. Fourth half bow. Great mandala offering. Form the offering mudra. Visualize the transformations of the offerings to become innumerable to fill the whole cosmic space. Make the offering above to the lineage root Guru, all the lineage Gurus, the main deity of Homa, Machig Labdron, all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapalas, Cantonese, and divinities, and below to all sentient beings. Recite the offering verse and mantra. Mount Meru, 4 continents, and sun and moon transform into precious offerings for the Buddhas. May these wondrous treasures and marriage purge our karma to all of our civilization. Fourfold refuge. Visualize our lineage root Guru, all the lineage Gurus, Buddha jewel, Dhamma jewel, Sangha jewel to form bright white light to empower us. Recite the mantra.
Namo Buddhaye, Namo Dhammoye, Namo Sankhyaye. Namo Gurupe, Namo Buddhaye, Namo Dhammoye, Namo Sankhyaye. Namo Gurupe, Namo Buddhaye, Namo Dhammoye, Namo Sankhyaye.
Armor protection. Form Vajaklap's mudra. Recite Vajrapani mantra 7 times.
Om Barilanjali, Om Barilanjali, Om Barilanjali, Om Barilanjali, Om Barilanjali, Om Barilanjali. Invite
His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng to perform blessings with mala.
恭请法王圣尊莲生活佛金刚灵除结界
Inviting His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng to set ceremonial demarcation to bless the prayers, registration forms, Homa cards, and all the offerings with Vajra bell and scepter. Please stand up and join your palms with reverence. And together we are inviting His Holiness to perform the ritual of opening the Homa fire pit, to set ceremonial demarcation around it, to make all the offerings, to perform mudra transformations for purifications, enrichments, magnetization, subjugation, and birth to deliverance. We will be reciting the heart mantra of Machig Labdron. Inviting His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng to return to the Dharma throne. Inviting Simu Vajra Master Lian-Sheng to please take the seat. Inviting Rinpoche and all the Dhamma Masters to please take the seats. Inviting all the Venerables, our distinguished guests, all participants to please take the seat.
下下，轰轰嘿，轰，别
Recite the heart mantras of the eight principal deity and Ken Buddha Amitabha.
Om Panama Linkaling Soha. Om Ha 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 Wei Samoye Soha. Om Jali Juli Junti Soha. Om Jambala Chanang Chanaye Soha. Om Ah Hom Peta Guru Pema Sidi Hom Se. Om Ah Hom Guru Pe Ah Sasamaha Lian-Sheng Sidi Hom. Dea Ha Om Pekaziya Pekaziya Maha Pekaziya Laja Samo Katahe Soha. 南无36万亿119,500同名同号阿弥陀佛。南无36万亿119,500同名同号阿弥陀佛。南无36万亿119,500同名同号阿弥陀佛。
Merit dedication. May Allah uphold the Buddha, ascend to the realm of utmost bliss, repaying for full generosities from above, aiding those in the three realms below. Upon seeing the Buddha, may we transcend life and death. Like the Buddha, may we liberate all. To Buddha's school, by the power of Machig Labdron, we pray so that to our lineage root guru would be high-spirited, continually turn the Dharma wheel. Wholeheartedly, we pay homage to the main deity of Homa, Machig Labdron, and all her retinue of Dakinis. Wholeheartedly, we pay homage to Machig Labdron and her retinue of Dakinis. Wholeheartedly, we pay homage to Machig Labdron and her retinue of Dakinis. We pray that you guide the Bardo spirits to be reborn into the pure land of marvelous lucidity. We pray to Machig Labdron and her retinue of Dakinis to guide the Bardo spirits to be reborn into the pure land of the Dakinis, the Kechera heaven. Or the heaven of marvelous lucidity. We pray to Machig Labdron to bless all participants so that we may generate our inner light. May we gain yogic responses from our self-sacrifice practice to cut the cutting practice to resolve all of our afflictions, our karma, and all of the extraneous thoughts. May we emit our inner light, clear light radiance. And by this clear light radiance, we may swiftly attain the empty nature. Please bless us with increased merits and good fortune. Please bless us with enhanced wisdom. Please bless us with harmony, love, and respect. Please bless us. May we have attainments in our cutting practice or chart practice. The Machig Labdron, the Venerable, gods in heavens, gods on earth, may be far from all calamities, may all calamities abandon us, let all disasters turn into dust. May all of our prayers be granted in completion. May all obstruction disappear, may all enemies and enmities disappear. We say 100 syllable mantra 3 times.
Ha 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 Bhagavan Sawa Tanhagata Petamami Mansa Petapawa Mahasamaya Sato Ahom Pe Om Peta Sato Samaya Manupanaya Peta Sato Tenupadicha Jatome Pawa Soto Kayo Me Pawa Sopo Kayo Me Pawa Anolato Me Pawa Shawa Sidi Me Borayata Sawa Karma Sutame Jitamu Siliran Guru Hom Ha 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 Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Petamami Manta Petapawa Mahasamaya Sato Ahom Pe Om Peta Sato Samaya Manupanaya Peta Sato Tenupadicha Jatome Pawa Soto Kayo Me Pawa Sopo Kayo Me Pawa Anulato Me Pawa Shawa Hasidi Me Borayata Shawa Karma Sutame Jitamu Siliran Guru Hom Ha 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 Bhagavan Sawa Tanhagata Petamami Manta Petapawa Mahasamaya Sato Ahom Pe.
Okay, Homa using visualization, first the root Guru and all Buddhas. Visualize for position on the ground, release the mudra. Second, to all Bodhisattvas. Visualize for position on the ground, release the mudra. Third, to all Herukas and Dharma protectors. Visualize for position on the ground, release the mudra. Fourth, have power. Recite completion mantra.
Om Bring, Om Bring, Om Mani Pe Mi Hom.
Let's give the greatest round of applause to show our utmost gratitude to our lineage Guru His Holiness Living Buddha Lian-Sheng for presiding over this Machig Labdron Homa fire offering ceremony. Let us now join our palms with the greatest reverence. Together we are inviting His Holiness to bestow the precious Dharma teachings. First, let's pay homage to the lineage gurus, homage to the Venerable Monk Liao-Ming, Homage to Master Sakya Zhengkong. Homage to His Holiness 16 Karmapa. Homage to Master Dupten Dorji. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of Homa today. Machig Labdron. And all the Dakinis. Simu, Tanzan Gatso, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma lecturers, Dharma assistants, directors of temples and chapters, and all disciples present here over the internet. And our participating VIPs today are the rep from Taipei Mission to Norway and Sweden, Ambassador Dongzhou Liao's wife, Dharma Sister Judy. And from Canada, Dr. Olivia and her husband. And Dr. Wei from New York. And the owner of Shanghai House Restaurant, Miss Liu Yihong. And from Taiwan, the IJ Enterprise Special Assistant to the President of the company, Dharma Brother Ge, and Dr. Ryan Zhuang and his wife. Good afternoon, everyone. How do you do? Thank you for coming, everybody.
Thank you for coming.
We have so many people. That's because Machig Labdron is here. How do you do? Greeting in Cantonese. For next Sunday, December 1st, Sunday at 3 p.m. It's Manjushri Homa fire offering ceremony. And he's one of the 8 great bodhisattvas, and he occupies the first place in all the bodhisattvas, of all the bodhisattvas. So he symbolizes wisdom, and this deity is extremely important. This is very important. If you don't want any wisdom, then you don't have to come, and you don't have to register yourself as the primary supplicants. But if you need wisdom, or yourself or your children, because the Dharma lineage for wisdom is first and foremost. We all know of the 6 paramitas, or the 6 perfections of bodhisattvahood. One of them is wisdom and meditation, meditative stability. And this meditative stability relies on wisdom. And by having wisdom, it can generate meditation. And in meditation, you would be able to generate wisdom. So it's mutual. So of all the Dharma practices, the 6 perfection of Bodhisattvahood is all for the wisdom. They are all for the wisdom. So in our Buddhist studies, the most important is to study the wisdom of the Buddha, the wisdom of the Tathagata. So all the body, speech and mind of all the Bodhisattvas, the wisdom of all Tathagata's body, speech and mind is Manjushri Bodhisattva. The symbol of all the wisdoms of all Tathagata's body, speech and mind is Manjushri Bodhisattva. So the 3 reliances in Tantrayana, the 3 deities that you can rely on are Manjushri Bodhisattva, the wisdom deity, Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, the compassionate deity, and Vajrapani Bodhisattva, the Dharma power deity. Those are the 3 reliances. Therefore, Manjushri Bodhisattva is extremely important. Many Tathagatas have attainments, attained Buddhahood because of Manjushri Bodhisattva. Many Tathagatas. So Manjushri Bodhisattva is the leader, the first and foremost of all Bodhisattvas. So Manjushri Bodhisattva can allow or make the attainments of the Tathagatas or Buddhas. So therefore this deity is extremely important. That's the end of the announcement of the ad. So just now, Machig Labdron and the black wrathful Dakini descended, both descended. When we formed the mudra, they descended. This Tanka here, I went to the Homa fire pit and to open the fire pit and to set ceremonial demarcation. I saw the Machig Labdron Tanka. This Tanka is extremely dignified and beautiful. She's holding a damaru made of human skin in her right hand, and her left hand is holding a vajra bell, and she's standing in a dancing posture to appear as Machig Labdron. She looks extremely dignified. This Tanka looks very nice. And the mudra, so it's the same mudra as Golden Mother and many of the Dakinis. The same mudra and the mantra. And she has the black wrathful Dakini too, and just now the black wrathful Dakini also descended. In Taiwan, in my study above my desk, there's a Tanka of the black wrathful Dakini. And in Seattle, America, in my room, there are 2 tankas of Machig Labdron. 2 Machig Labdron tankas. They're all very beautiful and dignified. I highly admire Machig Labdron's cutting practice. And Machig Labdron is the founder of the chart tradition. And some translated it as the Shichiba school. So it's like taking off clothes because Machig Labdron is naked. So that's a transliteration in Chinese. So people translate it into different words. Jie, Xijie, they're all the same in Chinese. So she's a founder. She's a head lineage guru. So she and Padampa Sangye, which is a Tibetan name for Bodhidharma, and Padampa Sangye was also the head for the leaping practice. So what is the leaping practice in order to have attainments? So directly, with the direct pointing to the mind, immediately or suddenly you attain Buddhahood. That's the sudden enlightenment. And the other one is the gradual enlightenment. You follow the step by step in the development stage, and ultimately you understand Buddha nature and you confirm and prove the Buddha nature. That's the gradual enlightenment or attainment. And the other one was the sudden attainment. And for Bodhidharma, the Dharma teaching that he gave in China was the leaping practice or the sudden attainment, which is also Zen Buddhism. So Padampa Sangye is the Tibetan name of Bodhidharma. And he transmitted it to Machig Labdron. She relied on many gurus, not just one guru. Like Sonam Lama was also a guru who granted empowerment upon her. And the other one was also her spiritual companion, Mahasiddha from India. And what is most important or the most famous about her is the cutting practice. And then her self-sacrifice practice. So you start with charity or giving. I mentioned something here. The first goal is giving. In the self-sacrifice practice, you give your body, you sacrifice your body and give it away. Once you give it away, it doesn't exist anymore. And the cutting practice, what it means, Last night I also mentioned about one thing. If you are able to not be blown by the 8 winds of the world, and you have no envy, no jealousy, and you can even cut off your desire. It's actually difficult to cut off your desire, but there is one method. What method is it? I didn't say it yesterday. So what method can you use to stop your desire? So any thoughts? Please raise your hands. Regard yourself as being dead. Not me, that's not what I thought. I'm just talking about desire. So what methods can you use to stop your desire? Master Lian-Sheng? No, that's not what I'm thinking. What you were saying were right, but that's not what I'm thinking now. The best way to cut off your desire is to be really sick. Once you're really sick, you're on a sick bed in the hospital, in ICU, then what desire would you have? That's a method. That's one method. You're really sick and you feel very weak. You're so skinny and can barely breathe. Have no energy. What desire would you have? Maybe just one desire. I just want to feel better, to feel well, to be cured. That's it. You don't want anything else, right? So if you are really, really sick in the ICU, what desire would you have? Do you still care about your reputation? And with tubes all over your body, and you have your dignity. I am a director, a president, the leader of the nation. But do you still care about that name? No. Do you still care about the money? Do you still want money? No. You're already so skinny with tubes all over. Do you still want money? Do you still want woman? You can't get it up anymore. What woman would you want? So, money, woman, name, you don't want any. You just want to get better. Once you recover and gain yourself back, then you start to want more money, name, and woman or sex. Right? Yes. When you're really sick, you can say that you have no desire anymore. But there are some people who's really sick and he's already half conscious. But when the nurse came by, he still extend extended his hand and touched her butt. So he's really incorrigible. He's already really sick, but his habits is still there. He still extended his hand. I went to see a patient, and he was totally naked and only with the piece of cloth on him. So we give him a red envelope, and immediately he took the red envelope. And so his family was about to take care of the red envelope for him. And he said no. And he wanted to place it inside his wallet, but then he realized that he was actually naked. He had no place to hide it, to place it. And still he wanted to hide it under his bed, not wanting anybody else to take it. So there are still people like that who still want money even at that stage. But most people, when they are really sick, they let go of everything. They don't think of anything anymore. And just now what the two were saying was also okay. Once you're dead, nothing exists. So Machig Labdron's cutting practice is to visualize when you die, to change your physical body to become ambrosia or amrita, and to make it as an offering to the 4 holy realms and the 6 mundane realms, the 10 dharma realms. So as a spiritual cultivator, we often mindful of death. So this cutting practice is to remind us of death. And you should always be mindful that you are dead already, although you're still living now. But your mindset should be thinking that you're dead already. Once you're dead already, do you still have desire? Of course not. None whatsoever. Because you're dead already. Why do you still want to be elected if you're dead already? No need. Because you will not become the leader of the nation or the legislator or ministers or directors or whatever. You don't need to become any of them. You're dead already. So the desire for name, title and position is gone. And desire for benefits will also be gone because you are often thinking that you're dead already. The bills, the money in the world has no use anymore. No more. So desire for benefits is gone too, because you're dead already. And of course your desire for sensual pleasure is also gone. So this is the cutting practice of Machig Labdron, to let you generate, to let you eliminate all your desire, to eradicate all afflictions, and everything return to emptiness. And being dead is to practice the selflessness or the state of no self. Once you're dead, how can you still be jealous? So if you often practice this, ultimately there is no more jealousy, no more envy, because you have no more thoughts, none. No more extraneous thoughts. Do you still have afflictions, worries, and troubles? No more. If earthquakes is here, but you're dead already. There's no need to be worried. Actually, by practicing this, at the end you would feel like if there's fire around your house, there's no need to be panic because you're dead already. And when the fire reaches your house, there's no need to get nervous because the house did not belong to me anyway. The world does not belong to me. The house, the cars, all the wealth don't belong to me. It's good that I don't have to go to the crematorium to be cremated. I can just be cremated inside my own house. There's no need to be panic. So by practicing this practice, if your wife runs away with another man, it's okay. Go ahead. Why? Because she's also not my eternal wife. It's not my wife forever. If she doesn't die first, I would die first. So that's why there's this statement. The man is in heaven, his money is in the bank, his wife is at some other man's chest, and the siblings are fighting for your money. But that's good too. For me, it doesn't matter. If that had been me, it's fine. I'm in heaven already. That is the most important thing. But if you go to hell, your money is also in the bank, and his wife is at another man's chest, and your siblings are fighting for your inheritance. Then that would truly a sad story. That would be pitiful. So the meaning of the cutting practice is to cut off all afflictions. There's nothing to worry about. Yesterday I said, everything is the best arrangement. Once you have mastered the cutting practice, then you would know that everything is the best arrangement. Today, if the house came down because there's an earthquake, it's fine if you die in it, because I was dead already. It's fine. Doesn't matter. I don't care. All die. And many companions together. The same with fire, earthquake. If I drowned in the ocean, I know how to swim. But if I die drowning, that's fine too. Perhaps I would become the son-in-law of the dragon king in the ocean. That's how it is. Then this kind of realm is called the realm of no self. So at this time, you just let it be, which is what I talked about yesterday. I was trying to explain this, just letting it be. Oh, I couldn't explain it well yesterday, but there's one thing. Like if you go see a movie, you go to the movie theater, the movie started, and you follow the story. And if the movie makes you laugh, you laugh. The movie makes you cry and you cry.
你就哭得很惨。电影可以让你笑，也可以让你哭。
So a movie can make you laugh and cry. And at the end, the end.
The end. 电 hand 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 就是手啊。
You say hand? That's
我还是听成 hand。哦，燕呐，卢胜燕，你跟我讲卢胜燕的燕呐。师母还是比较聪明呐。
So Sumo is still smarter than all of
当
you.
师母啦。
That's why she's the Sumo.
你跟我讲卢胜燕燕，这个燕就可以了嘛，对不对？人家师母还是比较聪明。
Why don't you just say that? You said hand, but Sumo is smarter.
燕。什么？还有别的？李燕。我不想学英文。
I don't want to learn English.
那么啰里啰嗦的。
It's just too much.
THE 是发音。不是 ra 吗？哦，两种发音呐。
There are two ways to pronounce THE, but I only knew one.
好了。
Okay.
我不管，反正电影结束了，对不对
So it's the end of the movie.
这个电影一结束啊
Once the movie ends,
你人说，刚刚过去的那个又哭又笑。
so what just happened to you, laughing and
你
crying?
是随着剧情，心随着剧情在走。
So your heart and your mind is
这个心啊，随
inside
着剧情
the
在走
movie,
就是融入其中。
then you're
那
merging
看
with
着
it.
剧情一直这样子在走。
But if you're
是
just
禅定的
following
过程
the storyline, then it's a process of the meditation.
结
And
束
at the end, when you cut it, because it has
电
ended,
影是电影，
then the movie is the
你还
movie
是
and you
电
are
影是电
you.
影。那么这个时候啊，你还是恢复你原来的本性。
Then you just return to your
所以按
original
照这个昨
nature.
天道果的所讲的任意的意思，就是说，你可以随
So
着剧
according to
情
Lamdre's letting it be, is that you can follow the storyline of the
要笑
movie
要哭，
and you laugh and you cry,
最
it's
后
fine.
结束的时候，
But at the
你会
end,
醒过来说，
when
哎
it ends, you would wake up and realize I am
不受
still
电影
I
影响
and I'm not
我
affected by the
仍然
movie.
是我，
I'm
不受
still
电影影
me.
响。
I'm not affected by the movie.
意
And this is called letting it
那么
be,
在这个禅定的过程里
like
面，
following
是你
my
跟
will.
电影融合为一，随着
So
它笑。
when the
随着
movie
它
plays, then you're one with the
到了
movie.
电影结束
You
了，
laugh
又
and
恢
cry
复
with
原来
it.
的佛性，
But when the movie ends, you return to your original
就是
Buddha
这样。
nature. That's how it
所以
is.
他经常道果里面常常写到一个
So
任
in
意
Lamdre,
任意
it
的意思
often
就是
talks about this
融合为一， 认
letting
识
it
保
be
持自己的
at
清
will. So you can go with the flow, but you
知道这
maintain
个是
your
在看电
clarity
影，
and
不
lucidity.
是真实，是假。
So you know that you're
人
watching a
生也是
movie.
这个
It's
样子。
not real.
我告
It's the
诉你，
same with human
一
life,
起搓稿，
with
我们
our
要谈
life.
一起搓稿，讲来一句
The
话，
Dharma of Ishichogal,
我看
which
这
to be
人世
transmitted
间
in February,
并
said,
没有实在的东西，
I see that this
并
human
没
world,
有实物，
I see that
实物
there is
实
nothing
在的
real
东
in
西，
this human world.
不
there are no real things in this human world. She said, I see that there are no real things in this human world. This statement made me contemplate and ponder upon it for many days. Why did she say that? Because the human world and the human life is just a movie. It's not real. You think the physical body is real? You have a strong ego. I am real. I want something. Actually, your body is not yours. It's just a composition. And it's unreal. It's fake. There's nothing real about it. You would know when you age. You want to see things with your eyes. The eyes do not listen to you anymore. You cannot see. And you have back pain and you can tell your back, no pain, but it's still painful. When you have frozen shoulders, okay, raise your arm and you cannot. But Grandmaster still does not have any of that problems, which people usually get in their 40s, the frozen shoulders. Or in the 50s. It's just a term in Chinese. You have back pains in your 40s and frozen shoulders in the 50s. That's what the doctors say. Oh, when you say in the 50s, it's just a term. But any time when you cannot raise your arms, that means you have frozen shoulders. Not only in the 50s, but any age. So your body doesn't belong to you. So if we ask you to run 100 meters now, can you run it in 11 seconds? I did that before when I was young. But now, can you? No. Impossible. There are many things that you cannot do anymore. So let me tell you, the parts that should be hard are not hard. And the parts that should not be hard got hard. So, if the body belongs to you, you cannot even command it, then is that real? If even your body is not real, how could anything else outside is real? No way. Recently, I often think of one thing. Simu's health is not so good, and because of that, I don't go back to Taiwan. Do you know? I have a very secret treasure chest in Taiwan. A treasure trove that keep my secret things. I was worried about my things. Why? Because her health is not good and Taiwan's air is not good, and in Taiwan all the mosquitoes eat me. I must have owned the mosquitoes something karmically. As soon as I enter into a room, the mosquitoes always find me and sting me until I cry out. So Seattle is really heaven, no mosquitoes. So the mosquitoes always ring around that I cannot sleep well at night. And the air in Taichung is also not good. But I'm worried about that treasure trove, and only only I know about it. Just me.
你 know 只有一个人知道啊。那我不把藏宝图画出来，
So
没有
if I
人会
don't
拿到我的
draw the map to that treasure, nobody else would know.
我如果不回去，今年不
So
回去，明年
if I don't go back this year, next year,
也回不去了。
and then one year I will not be able to return there
现
anymore.
在哦，你
What
写了
should I
断
do?
法，
But
马上
once
拿给你
you
就知道
learn the cutting practice of Machig Labdron, you
无
would know
所谓，
it doesn't matter.
有福的人拿去，
Whoever has the
有福气的人拿走
fortune would get
不
it.
知道是谁会拿走，
I don't know whom,
反正有福气的人，
but whoever that has the fortune would get it.
所以现在也无所谓
That's，how we think.
因为你写
So
了
now
断法
I
以
don't
后
care.
你的心胸非常
So once you learn the cutting practice, then your mind and your heart are wide open.
假宝。
What is treasure? It's just fake stuff.
为什么是假宝？
Why do we
用不着
call them fake stuff? Because it's not yours. You cannot use them.
用不着，那怎么办呢？
You
就给
don't
别
get
人
to
用
use them. So what should you do then? Then you just let others use
古
them,
董有什么用？
and you keep them for what? The antiques are
你又
for
不卖掉
what? You don't
留
sell
这些干什
them.
么？
What use is there keeping them?
将来回去啊，把那些那个
So in the future, if I go back, all those antiques, and I just use the baseball bat and crush them all. Might as well
断了嘛，
cut them
你
all.
还想那些干什么？
Why are we thinking about those still? No more.
美色也不想，什么都不想。
We're not thinking about the woman anymore either. So this cutting practice is really excellent.
我也断了，
Once you cut it off, you cut off self or ego, afflictions,
财
everything.
色名
Wealth,
一
sex,
干二净。
name, everything completely, cleanly.
哦，你是这样子想的，还是自私哎？
Oh, you're selfish. If that's what you thought.
哎，阿弥陀佛。
Amitabha.
今天讲到决断脉
Today
处
we talk about Lamdre.
道果里面
To cut off the channel areas divided into two, cutting off the channels of rebirth and cutting off the channels of
真正
Nirvana.
到了最高
Do
的
you
境界
know, once you reach the highest
轮
state,
回啊跟涅槃
that
是一
rebirth and
是一
Nirvana
如的
are the same.
轮回就轮回嘛，
If you're to be reborn, then you're reborn. You're one with the movie.
涅槃吗？
If you enter into Nirvana, you're just returning to your intrinsic original nature.
它里面
That's what I
决
say.
断轮回脉，
So cutting
能
off
消
the
除
channels
外
of
的过失
rebirth,
或者疼痛
it can eliminate the faults and pain of the channels. At the area where the channels are connected
脉结之间
and to the areas
脉
where
上生痛，
the knots are not open yet by the qi,
后述
then there would be pain on the channels, like the winter wind that brings knives, etc.
如水流入
And in
峡谷
practicing to increase the ambrosia, the pure ambrosia,
还何处
the
生
qi moves to all channels, like water flowing through a
不
tight
可能不生
and
接受功
obstructed
定
areas. Then wherever there's pain, you pay attention to that. And once you open the knots, then it is impossible not to generate the meditation of bliss and emptiness.
总之，必须了知轮回之脉的六相。
And
轮回脉的相，
by knowing the kinds of channels and the area of pain, like stated in the verse, the 4 rebirth channels and wheels or chakras, etc. It is they are the 6 forms of the channels, of the rebirth channels. It's like holding an umbrella. That's good, and it's like a coil of snakes. That's not so good. And then this is talking about the channels, and the most important one is the central channel, and then the left channel and the right channel, and then there are many more channels and chakras, like the channels at the brow chakra, at the throat chakra, at the heart chakra, at the navel chakra, at the secret chakra, and then at the channels that reach all parts of the body. And altogether, they often say 72,000 channels. If the channels are knotted, then there would be pain. So you need to use the qi to open the channels, to loosen and open the channels. I often say this. And you use inner fire to open the channels. You use the light drops to open the channels. There are only these 3 things: qi, vital energy, inner fire, tumo, and light drops, bindu. They are used to open the channels. There are many elderlies who have joint problems, the knees. They would feel pain there because your light drops are gone. So the wheel and on the joints between the bones, there's no more moisturizer, lubricant, then you would feel pain. We have many doctors here. I'm not a doctor, but this is my simple theory. Because you have no more light drops, so there are no more lubricant. So when the bones moves against bones, then you would feel pain. Then your knees would be painful when you're old, because your light drops is gone. So I said that last night. Why you have problems with your brain or with your neural system? Because your light drops are gone. Why? You have no more saliva? Because when you eat, you need the saliva. But why? The saliva is dry up. Then if you have no more saliva, it would be difficult for you to eat or to speak. If you have no more insulin, that means the light drops is gone. Then you would get diabetes. So all parts of your bodies, the organs, have secretions, have light drops, including the brow chakra. And the light drops have many functions, including as the lubrication. So why you have pain here and pain there on your body, on the channels? Because the channels is blocked, or it's not smooth, it's not straight, they're all knotted. Of course, then you have pain. So that's the theory, the concept inside our body. So that's why it said, cutting off the channels of rebirth. So what it meant here is wherever there's pain, You practice to increase your pure ambrosia, that's the nectar, and the qi together, moving inside all the channels until all channels are open and smooth. If it's not open, then it would be like water flowing through a block and narrow, tight pipes and blocks, so that's pain. The reason why we have strokes is because of this too, because your blood inside the blood vessels it's blocked. Then that becomes a heart attack. Heart attack. See, even when you don't understand my English, you understand what I mean. So the blood returning to the heart is being blocked, then there would be heart attack or arteriosclerosis. So in Lamdre just now it was mentioned too, if the blood is moving in the brain, but that pipe or the channels is broken, then that would be brain hemorrhage. Or whichever channel is blocked and the blood is being blocked, that's also stroke. And this too would make you die quickly. Brain hemorrhage would make you die very fast. And heart attack would make you die very fast. But the rest, you would be suffering before you die. It is best to die with brain hemorrhage or heart attack, that the heart stops beating, then you die quickly. That's what I wish, that I would just die of heart attack or brain hemorrhage. The other kinds of death would be lengthy and problematic, and that is considered to be a kind of affliction or worries. So my mom in the past, when she prayed to Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, after she finished chanting the Universal Gate Sutra, the only prayer, the only request or wish that she had is, she prayed to Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, please let me die quickly and cleanly. That's also a prayer, you know. That's what my mom prayed all the time. And she did die in 3 days. So her wish was fulfilled. And I now learned from my mom, when I die, when I go, I don't want anybody. Do you understand this Taiwanese? It's quite scary and pitiful if you die dragging. It's best if you just die quick and dry, quick and clean. So now I pray to Machig Labdron so that I can die quickly and cleanly. So I don't want to drag on in the hospitals. You know, some people just drag on and on for years. Oh my gosh, please, not me. So it's written in Lamdre here. Wherever there is pain, you can use your qi, your light drops and inner fire to open it, to move it so that it's flowing again. Then the pain would be resolved. the pain and the ache will go away. When I was young, and when I was 73, up till 73, I did not know what pain is all about. You know, I lived until I was 73, and I did not even know or never encounter what pain is about. Only one time, I suffered from cellulitis. How old was I then? Only then I knew what pain was all about. Before I had the cellulitis, I did not know what pain was all about. So the cellulitis was due to bacterial infection. I couldn't have been infected, and the bacteria came in from some gaps in my nails, and then it became cellulitis. It was really scary. So when you feel blockage in your channels, then you can use your mind to transport the qi to that area, to open it, then the pain will be gone. I have demonstrated to you last week, right? To move the qi to the teeth, that the teeth would move to the ears would move to the eyes can then see the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and the qi moves to the ears, you can hear the sound of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. And my qi can also circulate all over my body. Truly, my whole body can move. Master Lian-Sheng asked me to move all parts of my body. So you push down the upper qi, you lift up the lower qi. Then the whole body will move. Then you push down the upper qi, you lift up the lower qi, and then the two combine, that's Treasure-Based Energy Yogi. And then I Treasure-Based Energy Yoga, and then you utilize this qi, and then I transport it, move it to the area where there's pain. There's no need to explain this part. 6 symptoms. The signs of the channels of rebirth, you would understand by reading them. Sometimes the channels are like open umbrella, like a coil snake, like a ball of threads, like a long thread, and like branches of a tree, or of like hair. And which types is good, which types are bad. The long thread is good, the branch of a tree is good, like hair is bad, like a ball of thread is bad, like a coil snake is bad. A beautiful girl asked the great master, my ex-boyfriend had a really ugly new girlfriend. Should I be happy? And the master replied wisely, he'd rather have an ugly woman and don't want you. So you should reflect upon yourself, right? He still preferred an ugly woman rather than being with the beautiful you. So you should think and reflect upon that. So the master is really wise. The day before yesterday, I went to the temple to get divination, and it was bad, so I threw it out, and then I kept getting another one and another one until I got the good one. See, haha, it turns out that your faith is in your hands.
有一个人，香港的弟子。
That someone from Hong Kong said,
师尊，我以后不要去。
Dear Master, I don't want to come to Seattle anymore. And I asked why. And she said, I asked Golden Mother, can I go to Seattle frequently? And it was said bad. So she told me she doesn't want to go to Seattle anymore. Because she asked Golden Mother if she can come to Seattle often, and then the reply was bad. So I told her, why don't you get a few more? Then eventually you'll get the good one. So your own faith is in your own hands. But that definition of Golden Mother is very accurate. It's true. This is a true story. A disciple from Hong Kong. She did try to get a divination from Golden Mother if she can come to Seattle often, and she got a bad one. And I told her, just get a few more. I don't know if she listened to me or not. She hasn't been here for quite a long time. There's an elderly man on the bus at the last row, and he was sleepy, and the bus braked all of a sudden, and he rolled all the way to the side to the driver, and he opened his eyes and looked at the driver, and all the other passengers were about to argue, and yet this elderly man told the driver, do you need anything from me? So we should learn from the spirit of this elderly man. Doesn't matter what you encounter. You're still unruffled, and you still live on with grace. A lot of people say that the men are more playboyish. Right? So there's no scientific background for that. And this joke says, in high school, the girls love the handsome boys, and the boys love the beautiful girls. In college, the woman loves the considerate man, but the man still loves the beautiful girls. At work, the woman loves the rich man, and the man still loves the beautiful ladies. So this proves that the playboy one is not the man, it's the woman. The man stays consistent. You know why? Very simple. When he is 20, he loves the 18 one. When I was 40, I still like the 18 years old. But I'm not 80 yet. When I'm 80, I was 70, I still like the 18 years old. See, a man is very consistent. Very focused. Grandmaster still likes the 18-year-old.
4:46了。
It's 4:46 now.
反正喜欢18岁的就可以了。Oh, money, pay me home.
So, liking the 18-year-old is fine. So, oh, money, pay me home. So, we are truly grateful to His Holiness Dharma teachings. And in a moment, there will be the empowerment for Machig Labdron and her corresponding Dharma practices. And during the empowerment, please remember to visualize the deity, to form the mudra, and to recite the mantra. And thank you for helping with the seats. This ends the English interpretation today. Before you leave, please remember to return your receivers. Thank you very much.
玛吉拉尊法灌顶，含皈依灌顶。玛吉拉下下吽吽嘿，唵贝扎玛吉拉下下吽吽嘿，唵贝扎玛吉拉下下吽吽嘿，唵贝扎玛吉拉下下吽吽嘿。唵贝扎玛吉拉下下吽吽嘿，唵贝扎玛吉拉下下吽吽嘿，唵贝扎玛吉拉下下吽吽嘿，唵贝扎玛吉拉下下吽吽嘿，唵贝扎玛吉拉下下吽。结束后会在护摩殿这边摩顶。法会结束后会在护摩殿这边摩顶。 接受灌顶的同门，请你们赶快过来接受灌顶，灌顶即将要结束了。还没有接受灌顶的同门，请你们赶快过来接受灌顶，灌顶即将要结束了。还没有接受灌顶的同门，请你们赶快过来接受灌顶，灌顶即将要结束了。让我们以最热烈的掌声感谢法王圣尊莲生活佛慈悲赐受玛吉拉尊灌顶。顶礼坛城，做观想大礼拜，一拜根本传承上师及十方三世一切诸佛。Om Hom 观想顶礼，回天心三印，二拜诸菩萨。Om Hom 观想顶礼，回天心三印，三拜诸护法金刚。Om Hom 观想顶礼，回天心三印，四平等一起手。我们呢，等一下会恭请师尊在护摩殿为大家摩顶加持。但是呢，如果呢大家可以留下来看表演的话呢，那师尊在表演完之后呢，也会为大家摩顶。所以呢，如果还没有离开的弘法人员及同门呢，你们可以在看完表演之后呢，我们才恭请师尊摩顶。如果是赶飞机要赶着回去的同门呢，那你们呢就在护摩殿这边呢，请依照我们的保安人员的安排，在护摩殿这边呢，排队摩顶。护摩法会圆满即将结束了，非常感谢根本传承上师圣尊莲生活佛的大加持，感谢师母仁波切诸位上师、教授师、法师、讲师、助教及大家的护持，以及网络直播现场观看的观众，谢谢大家，功德无量。网络直播到此结束，非常感谢大家的收看，阿弥陀佛。We now conclude this live broadcast. Thank you for your